Welcome everyone again to another episode of the Student to Life podcast where learning and unlearning has no limits. I am your host Stretch. I'm here with my co-host
Shan.
And today we have a very, very special guest in the building today. We have Mr. Perfect Giddimani in the building. Welcome.
Blessings. Give thanks for having me.
Yes.
Man, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Give thanks.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
So this episode is special to me because not only is my birthday like right around the corner, a couple of days, but
Blessings.
you're one of the people that I grew up listening to.
Irie.
You know, the I would say the major part of my upbringing was your music and people that was in that those years growing up between the late 90s and early 2000s. Those were the times that I think we loved music the most in them times. I found my love for music around that period of time. But every guest that comes on, we ask them this question. When they hear the name Student to Life, what meaning comes to mind when you hear that?
Well, I mean, life is a big lesson, you know. You know, you never stop learning.
Facts.
You know, man, I say, and we're students.
Facts.
We're learners. You know, it's every day you learn something new. You know, from other people, circumstances, or whatever. So, you know, it's an ongoing process, bro. You know, man, I say.
Yeah, all the time.
It's an ongoing process. So like what you know, old time people that say you're never too old for learning.
Never, yeah.
So yes, still a student.
Good.
This thing called life.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love that. I knew his answer was going to be just nice and smooth. You know?
So let's talk a little bit about early life, upbringing. Where were you born? What was life like in the early stages?
St Ann, as you know, me that talk.
Right.
St Ann. So I'm from a village called Bamboo.
So remember, I know a lot of people know Holland Bamboo, but it's not Holland Bamboo.
Right,
We're talking about Bamboo.
Yeah, this is Bamboo St Ann. That is close to Brownstown.
Yeah.
Which is a popular town, I would think.
Yeah.
You know, I think it had one of the biggest markets at one point.
I think it still does.
Yeah. But so from Bamboo, small family.
Yeah.
2 brothers, 1 sister.
And you're the youngest?
No, my sister is younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So you're a middle child like me?
well, sorta, kinda.
Yeah.
You know, let's say middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So small family. You know, mom and dad, and normal life, bro. You know,
Which high school?
church on a Sunday, school on a Monday. I went to York Castle High School.
So Yakasa was all age back then.
No, that's Solicitor, right? So close to where you're from, further down to close to Alderton, there's a little village called York Castle.
York Castle.
And that is where the original York Castle school was founded.
Hold on. So that wasn't the original York Castle because one is in Brownstone.
No, so listen, the school itself was founded in the district that's called York
York
Castle.
Castle, yes. Which
Right?
we know York Castle, yeah.
Right? So York Castle still has an all-age school, but the high school moved to Brownstown.
Right.
You know, I forget the year, but yeah.
That's new to me because I know York Castle all age.
Yeah, York Castle all-age.
But I
the
didn't
high
know
school
it
was
was-
founded in York Castle,
Okay.
and then I moved it to Brownstown.
Okay.
You know?
So how long were you living there before you moved to Kingston?
I would say probably about 22, 23 years.
Okay, and is that when your music career started to come off more?
Yeah, when I moved to Kingston is when I mean, over the years I was back and forth going to Kingston, you know, but when I made that transition, like living in Kingston, was around about 23, 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back in Bumble, that like I said, I research and I read a lot when it comes to, you know, if I'm interviewing somebody, I always do my research on them. So back in Bumble, it was a small village where you do farming.
Yeah, man. You know, it's remember say up in the hills now. It's not like you have some big hotels or some, you know.
Right. I
Big
mean, if you want to, then you go Wuchi. If you want
Yeah, I
to,
forgot what, you know. So farming.
Right.
You know, majority of the people in Bamboo, I would say, survived from farming. You know, small
Right.
farmers. You know, they would gather the produce and take it to Brownstown Market. You know, so like I said, regular life. You know, just come from school, play football, or go mango bush at weekend time, or so regular thing. But I always had a love for music, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mother used to sing on the choir back then,
Okay.
right? And my dad was a technician slash electrician. So he can fix everything in so electronic, when it comes to electronics. Plus, he fix stove and fridge and them thing that too.
So all type of electronics.
All type of thing, yeah. So he had a jukebox. See? What? We don't know where him get it from. But him bring it come out the house. See?
Right.
And then him trick the jukebox in a way that we never had to drop coins inside of it too.
Okay, so all of us press play on the song you need.
So I had access to a bunch of records.
Right.
From D Brown to
My
Reggae
favorite
Isaac
artist.
to Bob Marley,
Yeah.
but also Elvis Presley, the Manhattans,
Okay.
and the list goes on. So I had a variety of music to go through. So I was hearing a bunch of sounds when I was young. I was hearing a bunch of different songs.
Before we get into the music, though,
Mm-hmm.
right? When did you discover the Rastafarian faith? Was it later after music or way before?
No, man, way before, man. We are Rasta way before music.
Year before?
Yeah, way
Were
before
your parents
music.
Rastas?
No, Christian.
Christian.
Mother a Christian. I used to have to go to church every Sunday.
Okay.
Bible study, harvest time,
Yeah.
everything is like, my mother devoted Christian. Grew up in a
So,
Christian house.
so both parents are Christian and you end up there.
Yeah.
like-
Well-
that's it. Yeah.
Listen what go on now. You see, the school that I used to attend in Bamboo,
Right.
Bamboo Early School, right? It's located in a little area that's called Hazelwood. And for some reason, we might get to that reason later on in the
Right.
conversation, but for some reason, in that little area where the school was, 60 to 70% of the people living there were Rastas.
Okay.
Cool. So it was like a little Rasta community that the school was in. Still in Bamboo, but that section. Yeah?
Right.
So every morning I go to school, Mr. Rasta. Every evening I come from school, Mr. Rasta. When me there at school I play and I look through the fence, Mr. Rasta.
Right.
Rasta give you mango, Rasta give you toto.
Them kind.
So I grew up with that thing around me. So it was easy to,
So did your parents? Because there's like a transition into Rastafarian culture.
Can I have some water, please? Thanks. Yeah.
It's like a transition into the Rastafarian culture, right? Were your parents? Because I remember, as a kid, my grandfather, he didn't really care for Rastafarians, and then growing up watching certain movies and learning more about the culture, there was always a disconnect between Christians and Rastafarians. So, how was that transition like when your parents, realized that you wanted to get more into that culture?
Just like how the normal Christian would behave. Come out of my house with them something there. Don't hear the Rasta boy. You know
And
what
back
I'm
in the day, it wasn't like, no.
No,
Yeah.
trust me. And my mother, my mother is a disciplinarian.
Right.
Seriously. Beating, grow me and them thing there, So when she saw that, it's like X. No, you can't do that.
What age
You
was
know?
that, though?
All right, so that was round about 18, 19
Okay.
is when the whole transition started. Yeah?
Okay.
But the thing about it is that so she don't like it. However, you want to continue the trot, so I still live with her too.
Right.
So anything she beg me do, I just do it quick. You see me come, I don't want to
They're
talk
on the good
about.
side, yeah.
I don't want to talk about. That's something there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I say? So, what I would say now is that, and then the next thing too is that when we start Rastafari King, it was through the eyes of Bobo Shanti,
Okay.
and not just through some little Lego lock scale style of thing. You know what I mean?
Discipline.
Shirt pushing.
Yeah.
Turban tying neat, and what I say, it's a reverence.
Yeah.
It's a more reverent part of the whole Rastafari movement. See, so just them little thing there, the discipline too, Bobo Shanti, the whole discipline and thing. So that sparked something, and it's like she has said, after all, this thing, no look too bad enough, kind of like say my move like one of them because he that
You're not
drink.
getting in trouble.
You understand? And we not get in trouble and everything there, you know. And we know if we control the herbs, still be respectful to the police. And I know some of them are the law, the system, same way and thing. So yeah.
So
and,
what's the difference between like Bobo Shanti and like 12 Tribe and a regular Rasta? What's the different practices when it comes to that?
I mean, there's really no huge difference because we're still on one mission, one aim, one God, one King, But it's just different practices within the household, You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would say Bobo Shanti are the most, how should I say now? I would say the Bobo Shanti movement of Rastafari, we are the keepers of the Sabbath.
Okay.
Understand? Is that the churchical order. Bobo Shanti is the churchical order. Right? Nyabingi order is the warrior order.
Okay.
You see it? So what you learn at Bobo Shanti house, you're going to learn some things also from what you learn at Bobo Shanti house in the Nyabingi house. But you're still going to learn some different stuff in the Nyabingi house. See, and then you have the 12 tribes. See? But it all comes back to one, man.
Right. And there's certain things that's consistent throughout all of the tribes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the eating principles.
Yeah, the eating, the drinking of alcohol.
Right.
Although sometimes I tell you go drink a Guinness or something like that.
Right.
But certain what Rasta burn in Babylon.
Right.
You see what I say?
There's certain things
Yeah,
that
we not vote on them thing there. You understand me? And a bunch of more stuff. We can go down the line. You know what I say? Wow.
One of the things that we look up the Rasta the most for was we didn't see it as a religion. It was a lifestyle. That's the lifestyle that a lot of people are popularizing now with the vegan lifestyle, the meditation, even with weed, the marijuana.
That's what the Rastafari's have always been doing.
They've been prosecuted for that for years.
Yeah.
So now that it's popularized, a lot of Rastafarians lost their lives because of these practices that are popularized right now.
Right.
So that's why I ask these questions, because I want people to understand that Rastafari has been around for a long time, practicing a lot of these things that's popular now.
Yeah, man, we made herb legal before the system even thought about making it legal.
Right.
You know what I say? Remember, we back in the 80s, as I say, a lot of Rasta get beat down and imprisoned and stuff over the herb. And that is because we were rallying to make this thing legal from them time there.
Right, from Peter Thurston.
Yeah, so we go through the persecution, And right now it's like on the shelf.
Right.
Legal.
We'll get some more into the Rasta faith, because we want to, like I said, I want to bring that to the forefront so people understand. But let's get back into your story a little bit. So now you're 18, 19, Rasta. How did music now come along?
All right, so first things first, my brother. Is going to high school now, Empress. Going to high school, my brethren them know say I have the talent, can sing and DJ and dance, do every little thing, yeah? So every time there was a school concert or a class party and them say, the teacher might ask, who no wants to perform? All my friends would point at me and say, him can do it.
Right.
So I was always been called upon to perform, in high school, plus going to primary school. I was performing from a primary school, blood. See, and I was going to like spelling bee contests and some drama and festival and everything, and win gold and silver and everything, because all those little opportunities my mom would push me into, because my mom was also a teacher at the school.
Okay.
Seeing, so she would push me, to take charge of all those opportunities. And then I remember sometimes, like I would be like reciting a poem or something, and she would let me do it on top of my voice, like this was the real performance. And then there was my brother sitting right there, my sister right there, and she would say, yeah, you have two people for your audience, do it like a real thing, and stand properly and lift your shoulders and project your voice and
Right.
all of them little things.
So they're training without even knowing.
Yeah,
so
without
they're
even know.
Yeah.
You understand? So, then now, we're born in Jamaica where you're surrounded by the music, sound system. Then sound systems were popular back in that time.
Right.
So there was a sound system in my era called Trendsetter Music.
Which we know Trendsetter.
So we just DJ upon Trendsetter day, night, day, night, day.
So it's like a bug where you can't shake like the music because your mom is teaching you performance.
Yeah.
You hear the music everywhere and you have the talent to do it because you're going on talent shows at
And
school.
your peers are encouraging too.
Exactly. Then Brownstone, we go Brownstone again now. Meet up on some next sound man, them virgin them come from foreign with sound and finally start run a sound now. Because this thing, me used to select before, me used to bring backspan sound before me even think about becoming a DJ. You know?
Yeah,
We go through
really,
all of it. Yeah, me used to be a DJ, man.
Yeah.
Selector, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Clash with little sound and win and in some little community, Philadelphia and Freeland them place there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a far way to come from. So I used to select on a song called Afri, not the original
one
Afri.
Africa, different
No,
one.
Little Afri. We had Little Afri down in the country. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we used to select on that sound there, and then now. So what happened now is that sound boy business now. We are DJing night and day and night, like me I tell you, scene, like consistently. So we are practice.
Right.
You know, probably 10,000 hours around just a DJ around sound. You know, me have to give thanks to the church people that was just beside where the house, where the sound system was.
Yeah,
Because
they
we
never
are black,
complain.
them never bother we yet came.
Oh, that's good.
So me love the pastor there.
Right.
No respect. Yeah, you see
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Yeah, them never bother we
Typically
are
that would
over
not
there, yeah,
work.
we are DJ and thing, you know, but we never DJ no slackness and them dirty thing there, you know. So
Right.
probably that was one of the reasons, you know.
Definitely,
They never
yeah.
knocked on the door, see? Then I met this brethren called Bobby, scene which was relocating from Boston to Bamboo in my area. And he had a brother called Maestro that was living down in Priory,
Okay.
right? So now Maestro is a protege of Beres Hammond,
Okay.
but not in a singer levels, on a producer.
Producer
levels.
level. Okay.
Yeah. So Maestro at that time was responsible for, remember Emperor, that
Yeah, man.
singer?
Emperor.
Yeah, Emperor. President Brown used to go
President
down there a lot. Who else? There was another artist called John Jr. And even that Maestro is one of the first times Richie Spice. First time I see Richie Spice
Yeah.
is that Maestro. So Maestro have a little studio and thing, and you know, I went down there and like my vibes and stuff, you know, because by that now you start go around and showcase the talent to different producers and stuff like that. So his brother brought me down there and him like how my son and thing, decides him I go do some work, yeah. So he built a nice studio up in Portland.
Yeah.
Seeing? So he used to give me him car now and say, go to Portland a weekend time.
Drive from St Ann to Portland.
Yeah, me alone, brother. Seeing? For sure, you say. And, a lot of DJs were in the camp that time,
Right.
you know. But
But
for
like
some
you-
reason, yeah, I'm something special in me. And I say, listen, you alone, don't bring nobody. Take my car, drive, go to Portland, link up with the engineer, set up the studio session, and that's the first time I recorded an album, which is called Sweet and Black Album. Scene. The album never released. Yeah? So, we still at work. And what happened is that we picked about 5 songs from off the album, burnt them on a CD, and then we start giving out the CD on the middle of the road now.
Right.
Scene. So, 1 or 2 times the song they play on Irie FM, and then that was just about it. You know, we still in the shadow scene. So, but by that time now, my dad was living in the States.
So that migrated.
Yeah, my dad did migrate from me about probably 11, 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but him all years to me I do my music thing, you know. So, at one point now, him say, "Man, come Jamaica." See, come Jamaica, boom. link up and thing. So I'm so must follow him go to the airport, to the wharf, yeah. So I say, all right, then I just check a barrel and you don't know pretty clothes and thing as youth and thing. You know, them time probably know me about like 21, you know. And when we go down there, bro, we took a big crate, a huge crate from after whatever, the wharf or whatever.
Container.
Yeah, container. Put up in our van, we drove it up. I didn't know I never knew what it was. Me never really think about it. I said, probably there's some old pa barrel. Cause you know, a long time no come our family.
Bring some stuff for your family.
Yeah. Brethren, all the time I there at Jamaica and I practice my skill and thing. This brethren, my dad was buying studio equipment. The latest of the latest studio equipment, piece by piece.
Wow.
So that was in the crate.
That was in the crate, Lord. So I'm gonna get a full digital. I'm one of the first persons in Jamaica to have a full digital studio.
That's great.
What year was that? That's like
So that was like
early 90s?
No, not early 90s.
late?
No. So you're talking about like 97ish, 98.
Okay.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, in your story, what I'm hearing a lot
Mm-hmm.
is people who actually believe in you because you start from your mom
Yeah.
teaching you performance.
Mm-hmm.
The person will get them car and say, yo, go
Yeah, man.
go record. That's real self-belief. That's somebody that believe in you that much. And for the church next door, you know what Jamaican churches are?
Yeah, man.
Them strict about them
Everything.
thing.
Street board them
For the church to not
Yeah.
violate you doing your thing, that's also a form of belief.
Yes,
Same
sir.
way.
Yes,
And then
sir.
your father come along now. Another form of belief in your, it's there's like support
Yes, sir.
in different areas of your life.
Plus the community of Bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, them believe in me too, you know. Friends them and, just in general, just everybody in Bamboo,
Right.
Even people who go to church though.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Even
Because
people who
it's peaceful for them.
Yeah, so so I'm gonna get a new brand studio, bro. I'm gonna get the studio, it's like, whoa. Me and my brother just want to go record like that, but it wasn't like that.
You want to flip out that box right there?
Yeah. So it took us probably about 2 months going over the manuals. We just had read. Yes, so we decided that he would read about like the recording aspect, of stuff, and I would read about using the drum machine, making beats, so to speak. So, because we had 2 synthesizers and drum machine. So I was able to make beats. So we set up studio now, studio start run, bro. So the studio was at my mom's house, yeah? By them time, my mother said the thing serious.
Yeah.
Studio at my mother's house. The studio got so busy, I think that probably, because, say, one bad studio in a country era, every DJ did it, every singer did it.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody started coming
Everybody
to the
did
studio
it, man. Everybody did it. So at one point in time, I had probably about 30 people in my mother backyard.
Wow.
She just said, that's it.
I know you're not going to
Yeah,
go
just
Did
said-
you give them free access, or after a while you said, listen, you have to pay for the time now because it's getting to too much?
No, come on, man. Everybody
Okay.
was so overjoyed just to see what was happening.
Okay.
So it was just
Okay.
like fresh talent. Me and my brother, I record, we try out stuff.
Yeah.
We're happy just to meet different, artists and stuff like that, So the studio got so busy and we had to leave my mom's house. So we got the plaza down in Brownstown. Rent the plaza, put the studio up there, and trust me, from there things just took off because that synthesizer and the drum machine, right? Those 2 pieces of tools were able to buy my first car, bro.
Wow.
By how though? You just charging people to record or?
Yeah, because I make rhythm now, bro.
Okay.
Also, once you move to the new place, you start charging the people.
Yeah, because
Okay.
me have to pay rent
Yeah.
and stuff like
Makes
that.
sense.
So me I make rhythm now. So you see how some farmer have some what's in my DJ and some will for cabbage money. And some will for carrot money.
Main source of income.
I need them fine.
Yeah.
Bill a rhythm for me. So I was making a lot of rhythm. So
Yeah.
The first car I buy is out of a drum machine, a boss. So anywhere right now, I'm going to see a boss machine, I'm going to like so. Because it's the real boss.
Right.
Yeah.
Boss DR5. Never
And,
forget
and
it.
then boss a big brand. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expensive.
So was that when Handcart was the?
No,
No.
Handcart Boy
Okay.
come way after that.
Okay.
That's what I
okay.
was about to say. I think Uncat
Way
was,
after that.
You know, I never hear record Uncat, right?
No.
Every time I go to Jamaica and I see a Handcart Boy, I just start singing the song in my head. You know,
Yeah.
it stick. It really stick.
Yeah,
So,
Handcart, yeah.
so you on your so basically you just start produce too.
Yeah, of course, bro. My brother have a label I run, Chalice Palace label.
Oh, Charlie's Palace.
Wow.
Ascom
yeah.
Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were producing a bunch of talents.
Mm.
A bunch of talents. The only thing is that our label at that point in time was underground.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not like we'd have a major song playing on the radio.
Right. Or
whatever.
distribution.
But
yeah.
I could tell you what we were able to do with the label. So we were making dancehall rhythms at that time, compilations.
Right.
Yeah? And we burned CD, bro. I would buy hundreds of CD. Each time a project done, I give an artist from that section 200. I give an artist from over there, so 200. So we were spreading the music across St. Ann. So what happened is that you pull up to a bunch of bars and
That's
you hear
all
a
that,
song
yeah.
from our label I play.
And taxi.
Yeah, and then the artists that were recording on the label, they started getting shows in little areas, communities there, here and there,
And people know them songs.
and people know the little song them and
Yeah.
things. So it was huge underground, but that big thing never happened,
For a lot of people where we're from, that's a big thing. When you can go on a stage and sing 2 songs and the community know it, that's a big
Yeah,
thing
man.
for a lot of people.
Yeah, man. So we helped to shape a lot of artists, talents within that period. A bunch of artists.
So now you're in Brownstone and you have your label, you and your brother have the label. So now you have to figure out how to get your songs not only on the radio but globally.
Yeah. So what happened now is that my brother, like, for some reason, him just quit the studio and go into telecommunications.
What?
Yeah. So I had the studio for myself, bro. So everything up on me right now. So me have to build rhythm, then I have to record.
Right.
See? So we are still do thing and thing, but because that boss machine was able to buy me that little Honda, so now I'm a mobile. So what happened, like, I think it was like one day out of the week now, me used to just take off and just hit the road. Either I'm going to go Oach, go link up some next producer, some next studio, or I'm going to go Kingston. See? So I'm starting to just go out there more, with my career and stuff like that, because, my studio, I learn a whole heap from it, yeah? So, but out on the road right now and thing, and I link with producers here, producers there, and until Handcart Boy.
Handcart Boy was recording in Kingston.
Handcart Boy recorded at Kingston.
So who was that label? What label was that?
All right, so you're the Handcart Boy story now. So, Handcart Boy was recorded at Bobby Digital.
Oh, Bobby Digital. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not Bobby Digital song.
So what you recorded at the studio but not a film song?
And a film song. Because listen now, when we used to go to Bobby Digital studio, honestly, me just tell you the truth, I never used to like see me.
Why though?
Because them time that Bobby Digital studio is like a private studio.
Oh, okay.
That's
It's
number
not
one.
like Jammies and all of them
See,
where you can go in.
the next thing is that for going to Bobby Digital studio, you kind of have to have like a link, know somebody and thing.
Somebody important.
Seeing somebody important. So, but me just a lyrics out of the gate. But Bobo Shanti and Wolper eye treat and big can just split and we look fiery. So Bobby come out more time and it's like, just look at me and, me I say, so we don't make that phase we still king because we know say it's an opportunity we want. You know what I mean? So we still like, go to the studio every now and then and thing until like, but there's a wall across the studio where we used to just sit down and DJ. So the little car park up, music I play, like a rhythm I play, I'm just a DJ and thing.
So people like come out, they come listen to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Some more artists just sit down over the wall to like, on the wall and stuff like that. So But the other one day, you know, I chill and here comes this brethren named Chris, which he was like an apprentice at Bobby Digital. He come from country. But for some reason, him see something in my king.
Right. Next belief again.
Next believer again. The man see something in me. So, him bring a rhythm come give me one day. And I said, listen to rhythm, yeah. See? When him give me the rhythm, never know the worst thing him do. Because remember saying, okay, we are sing for a song, a country, 10,000, 15,000 hour street, and how much lyrics in our head.
No.
It's like a bank. So when him give me an cap boy rhythm, and the rhythm start play, we just go in at the bank and boom, pull up. The song was already in the bank. That song was written probably 2-3 years previously.
Prior, yeah.
See? So me have it in the banking. All right, boom. I tell him, I'm ready for record. But it's impossible.
Because Bobby Digital no one.
He said, no. Bobby, you can't record. He said, no, like, no.
Right.
See? For him do that, plus him just learn how to do recording thing and thing. Bobby just not gonna just give him the studio like that, right?
So I'm not on a level yet where he can call any shots.
Not on the level yet. So about 3 weeks we we I wonder how we are gonna work this thing out. Yeah.
See, I bleached one for 3 weeks.
Yeah, man, about 3 weeks me I bleach. See? Until one night now, because by that now, every night me nobody drive go country again the king. Yeah, sometimes they are student reach 1 o'clock, but I spark up the car and sleep in like a road with them, you know. Yeah, man, I was sleeping in our car, man. Well, per night, man. Night, pan top, man. I was sleeping in a car, man. See me? Yeah, man.
Big sacrifice. Right?
So, one night, me in the car asleep now. Because like, the whole day I bleach and I said, so I never bother go down, you know. I never bother go to country. Wake up in the morning in Kingston again, there might be another opportunity. So, you know, the car asleep. Knock on the car window, yeah? And it was Chris. That's the brethren's name. Chris. Bobby apprentice, yeah? So he said, come right now, right now. And that was about 3 o'clock in the morning, king. So what happened is that Bobby was doing an album with Maxi Priest.
Right.
And them drive out, gone halfway tree, gone buy jerk chicken. See?
So I get a break now.
So Chris see the break and said, come right now. See? I was half asleep, bro. So me jump up. You know, your vocals never wait now.
Right.
Brother, I'm going to go straight into the studio. And cat boy, I could have done it better, but it's just a one take because me no want, I just offer you right over there. You and then Bobby there, you know.
Right.
I can't make him come catch me. So when me I sing, I take out that eye and put that eye around and say, come here, I have to look if Bobby them a come. See? Me have to look if Bobby them, it one take. She get only palo off and girl, see him look a bubble. Out.
And come on,
done.
So how the song released? Chris released the song.
Chris released the song.
But how Bobby Digital hear it?
Bobby never believed. When Uncap Boy it and go #1 and Chris tell him said, Bobby, you know the song voice around you. Never believe. Nearly dropped down.
Because still a theme song and still Chris song.
Yeah, it's still Chris song.
Yeah.
So me ask you,
how Chris got the rhythm? Here Chris get the rhythm now because Bobby didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Every day rhythm a bill and session. So how Chris got the rhythm is that at one evening after the musicians, and he was telling me this after everything, one evening after the musicians finished working for Bobby, like Chris have a little money and pocket and said, please just build a little one rhythm for me.
Quick.
And I saw Uncap Boy already make.
So that's like divine timing.
Divine timing.
Because remember the rhythm record at this small window, the song record at this small window.
Very super small window.
Was it mixed down properly or they mix it down?
Yeah, might mix properly, man. Okay. Yeah, because you know, by that time you know Chris, you know, him get better upon him craft and thing.
Right.
You know, but he did have somebody assist him with doing the mix. Yeah, man, nice mix it get, man.
So go ahead, Sean.
So you said the song was made 3 years before that.
Yeah, it's in the bank.
What was the inspiration of the song?
I was gonna ask if it's a real story.
Yeah.
All right, you see, Uncap Boy's story now, honestly, because there was a point in time, because my story is very long, but there was a point in time where I used to sell in the market in Brownstown, right?
Right.
But I was not selling fruits and vegetables, as the song says, right? I was actually selling books.
Books.
Yeah, brother.
What kind of books?
Remember Virgin one time, right? And, God bless him soul because he made an accident. But me have a virgin at one point where, like, him father overseas too. And him father say, like, link him and tell him, say, me I go send down some stuff for you. See? So, because my virgin father used to sell shoes and them things before we migrate, my virgin say, boy, I more shoes and them things that I get and, sell some clothes. And my father was a vendor, yeah? So, boom. The barrel them come and thing. Me and him go off and thing. So I say, yeah, Clarks and Gulpa thing and thing. See? So we stay and bust the barrel king. A beer book.
Like text blank book.
Brother. Brother. I don't know if it's a library. The band broke in a king. But a beer mills and bones, how to cook steak, living in Chicago.
Wow.
Just beer different book. See? So we stuck with the books.
Right.
So we have to move the books. Yeah, so we just go Brownstone, bro, and rent a cat. And just pack up the whole book them on the cat. And just start hustle book. And we did sell a lot of books because the young ladies them I come from school and I work them on them little mills and bones and some people say how to cook this and so we sell off the book them. Give her 1 and 2, but we sell off the book them, man. So we had the books on the cart, I said, I go through the town and I sell a whole heap of books, see? But just by me doing that, because that is something that we never have to do, but just because we don't want to get ourselves in a problem. Right. Young youth,
stay on the good side.
Me and my virgin and thing, yeah? But by me doing that, I was introduced to, I wouldn't say, different type of people, but just I was introduced to people who really have to hustle day to day, brother, for make ends meet.
Right.
You know what I say?
You know that side of life.
Yeah, it's like me I grew up and me I hear say, people poor and thing. You know what I mean? But there are levels to poverty.
Right.
You know what I say? So when we go into the market area, in the middle of the road, king, and see how people have to hustle dollar for make money, and it's just what they make today can buy the food for today, and that's it, straight on tomorrow. Tomorrow, they have to start all over again to find everything or anything. So me I said, John, no, it's hard, You know what I say? It's a little youth that grew up and feels alive hard just because it's probably hard.
Go do something, man.
You know what I say? Go beach or buy a new shoes or whatever, but we really see hard life.
People are also for eat.
Yeah, people are also for eat, see? So, I want to tell us, I just threw that vibration, them vibration there, the song come, because the thing is that, the good thing about it is that I still say, uncan't, man. I shop and I buy things with them woman.
Yeah.
See? So, regardless of how it might look or what people might think, this brethren here have somebody who love him and check for him.
And that was the meaning we got from the song.
Yeah.
Because if you
love
really,
breaks all barriers,
right, if you really think about the full song,
Yeah.
it's talking about you meet a nice girl.
And she love you no matter, even if you don't have it.
Right. Even if her parents don't like it, she still love you. The Rasta man. Them time if a woman full of a Rasta man still, they have to go against the grain because our parents don't go for that.
Yeah. Depending on the upbringing.
So
well, Bob was one of the first brethren to go against the grain,
Yeah.
Bob go against the grain, right? Sydney break arms for Cindy.
Cindy breaks for
Miss World.
But
So a long time Rasta go against the grain,
But still, even with Bob though, him did popular at the time. So
Yeah, you're
people
right.
give him a break for a hand cat one though.
You're right.
That's totally different.
You're right.
If it's right here.
No, that was just, a nice
everybody
name
makes it
to put in the song.
It blend.
Yeah, blend with the song,
So when you got that break, no, right? Because we didn't see a way out for musicians from St Ann making it out of there because there's no much examples of that. So when Chesedek made it, Perfect made it, Little Hero, people like that made it. No, my question was, did all of them have to go to Kingston to get that break just to see him?
I wouldn't really say that because Little Heroes big tune was produced by Courtney Cole. Yeah? And Chesedek Leave the Trees was actually produced by a brethren from Ocho Rios.
Okay.
So in that sense, no. However, you know, if you want the thing for prolong and just meet different people within the industry, and you know, I said
Yeah,
make links, and the best place to be is Kingston. You know, I said things change right now. Because the best place to be is like right here.
And your phone.
You see what I say? So, but at that time, you know.
Right. So, I gotta ask about one of my favorite songs with you, which is Black Marcus. That song. So, what my mama asked you about that was that case where when you were transitioning into the Rastafarian faith, you read a lot of books to transition into that? Because a lot of people would hear about Marcus Garvey but don't know the real story behind it. Rastafarian, that's a big part of their belief when it comes to the teachings of Marcus Garvey. So was it a case where you read a lot of books on Selassie and Marcus Garvey at the time?
Well, I won't tell you that I read a lot of books on Marcus Garvey, but I would tell you that I had a lot of conversations with Garveyites.
Right.
You know, and some elder Rastaman who stand for Garvey philosophy. You know, but probably read one or two books.
Right.
But majority of the teachings and, you know, the inspiration I get was really from official Garveyites.
Right.
Or some Rasta elders who, you know, really look up to Garvey.
Because Marcus Garvey is from our
man, from our place too.
So
you know?
the stories that we might know, a lot of people know the story.
Backyard, you know. Yeah, man.
So Black Mark. So after Handcap Boy, what's next? What's the next hit after that?
So after Handcap Boy was DJ Sunshine produced a song called Herbs Is All I've Got.
Big song.
Yeah.
Big song.
Yeah. Nice tune. Herbs Is All I've Got, which was recorded in Ocho Rios at Tala Studio. Yeah, I just go there one day and see the guy build the rhythm, and by the time he finished build the rhythm, me have the song ready.
So it was a case where you had an actual conflict with the police when it comes to weed because we had sing another song.
Herbs Is All I've Got? Yeah, I have conflict with you know, police with the weed before, you know, many times before that I even did that song. You know, see him would even not bother me.
Right.
That's a real thing again. That's a conflict again.
Again?
Yeah, man, over in Portmore. That happened like one morning the incident happened, and by the evening me I drive like me I go country. But I like taking back roads. Seeing? So I go Reddles Road and I go all the way around the mountain. You know that road, right? So up at Reddles Road there's a studio. I stop over there and I say, you know, drink a one Guinness before me take the back road and thing.
Right.
Here comes this bird and I play the rhythm. So honestly, nobody just voice like a dub plate, you know.
Yeah.
If you hear the energy and just the whole vibe of the song, it just vibe because it was a dub studio voice.
So it wasn't the actual studio, like at the studio, but then it was the dub plate.
Yes, that's dub plate studio voice. But after that, they mixed it in an official studio.
Right.
But in regards of voicing, dub plate studio.
High energy.
I mean, just on that vibes and me I drive go country and
What is
just
a
quick
dub plate
thing.
studio for our people that don't know?
So a dub plate studio is a studio where they don't do official recording for a song itself.
Okay.
So you know the difference between a dub plate and a song. I mean, a dub plate is also a song, but a dub plate is more used. It's more personal.
Okay.
You know, it's used to clash against somebody or something like that.
Okay,
you know what I
okay,
mean? It's more personal.
Like a
So
specific.
right.
Okay.
So you would sing. I would sing Handcart Boy, but I would
Sing it for me.
sing it for
Okay.
the brethren.
So
You know what I
with,
mean?
back in them times, so I talked about the history on here before, where back in the days it wasn't like recording artists. It was an artist, a DJ on a sound system.
Yeah.
That is how it dance out started. It was it's like how we have parties now and hear me up on the mic. That used to be the artist
For the
DJing
entire
on the
night.
mic instead of playing music.
Music. Oh, okay.
That is what the original dub style started from.
Okay.
Let them start the recording and know in order to get a personalized song for Ecstatic, for instance,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to sing a dub plate for me.
And add ecstatic in it.
Right,
Exactly.
But there's there's studios that do recording for artists, and there's a studio that just do dub plates because that was the major income for a lot of artists back then. Because remember, you know, back then a lot of artists don't know the business. So a lot of these producers from back in the day, they're getting all the royalties, they're getting all the money from the songs because the artists don't. A lot of artists just want to hear their songs played on the radio. They don't know about the business that comes with that. So their money, direct money, is show money and dub plate money.
Okay.
So a lot of times for them, that is their main source of income, dub plates.
Okay.
You know, so the selling of the records now, artists will sell records all over the world and not see $1 for that. Because a producer will take all that money. You know? But an artist is glad to hear himself on the radio. So now the dub plate money and the show money is their only income. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Right, cool.
Very correct, yeah.
So when I hear about dub plate studios, that is why it is specifically a dub plate studio, because the amount of income you're getting from just that.
Okay.
The next thing I want to ask you about though, Mary Maka.
Mary Maka.
That definitely want to know if that's a true story.
Yeah, every song I me sing, you know, to be honest with you, every song I me sing is either something I see out that happened to somebody or it happened to me, yeah?
Right.
So Mary Maka again, real thing, got embassy, them turn me down.
So yeah, so you went to embassy, they turned you back. So I guess out of frustration, you said, you know what, I'll make a song about this.
Yeah, I'm just sing the song. At that time, I was working on an album for a label in France, yeah? And we just sing the song, you see me? Because you see, what happened is that just bust them time there, and this promoter link up me on highway and say about 20 show up, you know, in North America, if you come do and thing. Go up at the embassy, tell them, say, you know, present everything, because everything was official. I went get him visa and about 7 more man. Me not get my visa.
That pissed him off. That song was made with a lot of power.
And what they said the problem is that what they said is that my dad was filing for me, yeah?
Okay.
And at that time, for some reason, it's like them have some law that if somebody filing for you at that time, you can't travel. You can't travel. Okay. You're not allowed to get a visitors. Yeah? I think they're finished with that right now. But that is what had happened at that time. And we just go home and write the song, release it, put it on the album, shoot video, everything. And then about 3 months after again, back to the embassy. Applying for your next US visa again. And the officer said to me, yeah, Mr. Rose, we saw the song. Yeah, I mean, in the back of my head, I say, I hit this, I'm going to run you out, you know. And you know what? We liked it.
Yeah.
Just as easy as that, bro.
Wow.
John, boom. Go and go do your work.
Because
sometimes you just have to go straightforward. And just,
right.
You know?
The time when you do that, the first like living in Jamaica was like, yeah, man, we don't like foreign and forgetting, and you know your own bubble.
Yeah, when you're in your own bubble, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, things work out, you know, and you know, I just saw it go.
Right.
You know what I say?
So you're still releasing music now, and I seen that you just released a song called Selassie White Horse.
No, that was released. You need to catch up, beautiful.
I'm sorry.
So I'm released. That was released like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So since that I've released 2 songs. So every 2 weeks I release a song.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us about that specific one? Because that's the one that caught my eye. And where that one originated from. Like, what was the story behind that song?
Selassie White Horse.
Yeah, well, that song is just paying, you know, respect to the king as a great, you know, leader on the battlefield. I don't know if you're familiar with the war between Italy and Ethiopia.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so
that's basically what
it's you know, Ethiopia never been conquered, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that song is just a tribute to
that.
Know,
okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is like reggae music in this back then, you know, there was more soul in it, there was more people putting out music for the reggae industry. I feel like nowadays dancehall empire took over a lot. Now that you're still releasing music, is there something that you would change in the reggae culture now that maybe was there back then and is not there now?
So you're saying that you have noticed that dancehall has taken over a lot?
Not taken over, but it has made a big impact.
It's more popular.
So
It's more
it's a little bit more popular now.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
And
so even like in the parties and stuff, it depends on the crowds, and maybe Stretch can vouch for that. But depending on the crowd that you're playing for, which I'm 31, so I'm with probably the younger crowd. You will still hear reggae music, but it's not the main thing that is playing.
Okay.
So my question is, now that you are still releasing reggae music, what would you say is different from back then when reggae music was so big in the culture compared to now? And like, is there anything that you would change within that for today's
type of reggae?
Okay, well, I'm gonna answer you in different ways, eh? Well, first things first, right? Is that when you're catering to a certain type of people, you have to serve them a certain type of meal, yeah? Now, the diaspora and people that are close to the diaspora, they are much more accustomed to dancehall music presently. Okay? But you also have to remember that the diaspora is super small, right? And there are other territories. The music is very territorial right now. Cool. So you want to decide here in the diaspora, you're enjoying, let's say, a dancehall party. Let's say Friday night, 2:00 in the morning. And then there's somewhere in Europe or on the West Coast where at that same point, same time, somebody's enjoying themselves just as much as you to roots rock reggae music. So the music is big, man. Reggae music is very diverse. What reggae music is doing and what reggae music has done. Dancehall, no.
Can't reach it.
No. Just to show you the power of reggae music, right? If people were saying that even quote unquote reggae music is dying, right? Just one song. You see what that Virgin did?
Yeah.
Lauren Hill's son?
Yes.
With one
yes,
song.
with one song. Yeah.
And it hit out every big number that was before it.
Yeah.
So that's the power of reggae.
Yeah.
And this music never stops. If you look at festivals across the world, in Europe, where countries are investing millions, and that is why the reggae is the presentation of just reggae and the look of reggae and everything. It looks better on the international stage than even how Jamaica can present it. Right? Because you have countries that have more resources and just more money to put into it. Yeah?
So is it like a US thing where it's just not?
Nah.
No, it's not even a US thing, because even Reggae on the River coming up right now in California. You hear about that festival?
No.
So Reggae on the River is like the day before our festival.
Huge.
Oh, okay.
That's huge.
Okay.
So I think though,
and we could go down the line. I could name you 100 more.
Right.
It's huge. I've been to festivals, reggae festivals, easily 40,000 to 50,000 people.
In the US, right?
In the US plus Europe.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna ask you about. I was gonna get to that because we were having a conversation earlier about reggae and the impact that it has. Now, in Jamaica, people think, reggae is dead or it's not as popular as before, because back in the day it used to be a balance. You used to have a set of reggae artists that would be running the place, like major part of if you're in a party, those songs have to be played in prime time. They're reggae songs, and then you have a balance with dancehall on the other side of it. No, it's just the leading thing in dancehall is that straight dancehall music. Or you hear one and two reggae drop in here and there. But when you go to the other side, which is Europe, Africa, places like those, reggae is the leading thing over there. And a lot of them don't even speak English. You get me? So, yeah, we, in our little bubble,
Yeah, in the bubble, that's so I said the diaspora. Not to cut you, bro,
go ahead.
but the diaspora though, you cannot use the diaspora to weigh the music again. And gone are the days when Jamaicans or the diaspora decide what is hot or what is not, or which reggae song should be played. Those days are over. People make what they want to be the number one within their territory.
Okay.
So, for example, I'll be touring Europe, and for each country that I go to, I have to change my set list because what is not hot here is hot there, and what is not hot there is hot there. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
So the music is very diverse.
What do you think is the disconnect within the different countries to where it's some countries like like it like the music in different aspects than some?
It's just different taste.
Okay.
It's just a different taste. It's just like, let's just use Jamaica and hip hop or rap, right? Hip hop put out a bunch of good songs, and rap music or whatever, but it's just a few of them that Jamaicans digest. That you will hear a Jamaican DJ busting at the party because he knows the diaspora and the Jamaicans really digest this one. This Rihanna, we really, really love it. So it becomes a part of his set, so to speak.
Okay.
I'm
learning.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, we see, to me, to be honest, like I said, we were talking about it earlier, where we want our people to be the leading people that's pushing our music. But you go to these festivals overseas, like in Europe, 30,000 people for reggae music. You're not getting that back home. You get what I'm saying? Like, a show like Sumfest, you can't do a 3-day festival and pull 40,000 people.
No, and I mean, we not disrespect some.
There's no disrespect to it.
But it's reggae is bigger than that.
Right.
Me see with my own two eyes.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than that.
And then you have artists that's not even getting a show in Jamaica that's doing 30, 40 shows for the summer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people have it like perfect out of the business or whatever.
Right.
And since me boss, I just reggae music alone me do 24/7.
And still touring.
And still touring, even up to this summer, heading off to Europe next week.
Yeah.
Like. So, the music is alive and well, man. The music is alive and well. Trust me.
It's just the diaspora that digested. I think the issue
Exactly.
is we like, no matter how much money you go there making a world, you want your people to digest the music and make it popular back home.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That is our. I don't know about perfect, but for me, but that's what I want to see. That's why I do a reggae festival. That's why I try to bring it on this side of the world, because we have more. We're literally an hour and a half away from Jamaica.
Right.
Why we can't have a big reggae festival on this side of the world that's pulling that much people?
I mean, we can, but you see, reggae has a bunch of problems, brother. And reggae has a bunch of problems on our side, honestly. See? Presentation, right? Production, and performance.
I would put professionalism in there too.
Yeah, we need for work 4 P's, right?
Yeah.
We need for work on them stuff, there, brother. Because honestly, straightforward, Mr. White people, I do a lot of stuff with reggae, right?
Yeah, a lot.
White people are keeping huge
Yeah.
festivals.
Even in Maine, the one we're doing in Maine,
Exactly.
it's just.
See, we have one up in North Florida, I think, to there is Cali, whatever. So, and it's just how they approach it and just how they deal with everything, I'd like to say, brother, professionalism, You know, we tired of new artists bust on the matter. Say, you know, so I'm a virgin, I'm a manager.
Right.
And the virgin don't know nothing.
And sometimes they're flying with 20 people,
A joke.
15 people, and they don't have a band.
A joke, you know. So
we as promoters have to deal with stuff like that. And the crazy thing is because when you go to Europe, you know, you have to fly with a 10-piece band, 8-piece band. But here it's hard for us to do that because we don't have that big budget like they do across the world. You know what I'm saying? So with us, it's like we can't afford to fly 15 people, to fly 10 people, plus put in a 15 hotel room or 10 hotel room. On top of that, it's per diem. On top of that is all these things that we have to pay for. You understand? The other side of the world, they can get sponsorships for that, all of that for that. Here, it's the hardest thing to just get a little bit of sponsorship, for sure, on this side of the world.
yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to be honest with you, want me to be honest with you, brother. You know, I know this as a herbs man, that marijuana was and marijuana still is the gas for reggae. Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
That is why you'd see a bunch of sounds come out in the 90s, you know. Man come down with them herb money, them vice artists from now until tomorrow, musician I get paid and everything like that. Seeing? And since the herb thing kind of get a knock, you know, you hardly have that cash flow of spending a reggae again. Me I be honest with you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Seriously. That was the main thing for reggae music. That means that somebody would just put on a show, and if them lose, them lose.
Right.
Or if them make it, them make it. So that it keep the wheels turning 24/7s. Business people never like reggae from morning. Them just like reggae when them know so them can make a money off of it. You know what I mean? So
Marketable reggae.
yeah. You know what I say?
So, I'll ask you two more questions before we get into the final thing. But if you could go back to, let's say, your 21-year-old self, what would you change? What would you do differently?
What I would change 21 years old. Well,
Or even tell your
Tell your
21
younger
self.
self, yeah. What would you tell your younger self if you could talk to them right now?
Yeah.
be careful of the choices you make, yeah. Choices are very important. You know what I say? Very important. Choices. And yeah, just don't try to just be around certain type of people who drain that energy and stuff like that, you know. Try to stay around more positive people who can uplift you and encourage you and stuff like that, you know. But apart from that, life is a lesson,
Right.
brother. Still a student, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we normally close by, we all three of us would give some advice. So whatever the advice could be, it could be about anything at all. Just some advice for whoever is watching right now that could use some advice about anything at all. So we'll just drop a gem between all three of us. So, you know, anything you want to tell the people.
Well, mental health is an issue right now. You see me? Even down on my island there, you know, yeah, it's a thing where people don't take serious, you know, and a whole lot of people that suffer from this mental thing, you know what I say? And yeah, I just hope they try to get professional help because I can't really advise them on what to do, you know what I say? But I know say it's something that's really important, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with it, how to deal with loved ones who have it or whatever, you know what I say? So yeah, we need to look into that and work on it. And, you know, if you have that condition, you know, I pray for that and you know, just try to get professional help, you know.
Right. Not only that, I feel like we have a way of distracting ourselves so much, especially where we're from, where, you know, we use weed or alcohol or women or whatever the case may be to distract ourselves from dealing with the real root of the issue that we really have, because we grew up with a lot of trauma, but it's normalized. Our trauma is normalized so much that we don't see it as trauma. It's just a part of growing up for us.
Exactly.
So a lot of us, mental health is just, them see it as people being mad or
Exactly.
the stigma behind it, but truthfully it's just, we have to normalize going out there to not only seek help but seek out the information, because that's one of the other things that we as people, country and our culture don't do, which is seek out information, read, research, knowing how to do things by doing it yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. We gotta also understand that nobody not come save you. We have to go find the information to fix our own traumas that we have. So that is our main problem when it comes to mental health.
Yes. And the reading thing as a culture, we need to read more. Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. We need to read more, even with the whole artists getting robbed and publishing and royalties and mechanical license and stuff like that. Like, we never too once nobody I cry about them stuff there again. It's 2024, you hop on Google and you read.
Yeah.
And, you read.
Information is there. Everybody has a smartphone.
Yeah. Information is there,
Yeah. Sean, what is your final thought for the day?
My final thought is you may be delayed, but you're not denied.
Okay, nice one.
Yeah. And I had to tell myself that this week.
Nice one.
Dealing with some stuff in my life. And it's okay to be delayed. Because that means God is taking his time and he's leading that path. So, it's okay to be delayed, but you're never denied.
Okay. Well, mine, I will connect to one of our Jamaican proverbs, which is, if I go do something, just do it good and done. Whatever you put your time into, be very careful of what you put your time into. And whatever you put your time into, you give it your best.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't take on anything that you don't like and then give it half-ass it and, don't do it properly. You never know what opportunities could come out of something that you're doing, so you always put your best foot forward. Somebody might see it and give you a bigger opportunity. Just like working in a restaurant and you on the restaurant giving people attitude and all these things. Nobody wants to work with you. You're in there with the best attitude and you're doing things you're doing. Some people even do extra more than what they're paid to do. And a manager sit and be like, I'm going to promote you to the next level. Stuff like that. If you're doing it, just
do it good.
Do it good. Yeah. That's my final thought.
Yeah, man. Go hard or go home, go hard or go home.
Mr. Perfect, can you tell them if you have anything coming up soon or
album,
what else you have?
Music, reset music, albums, shows.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I release music on a roll, so for the rest of the year, just every 2 weeks there's another new single coming out, yeah?
Because we forget to ask about even the name Perfect, but...
Yeah. Next time. And then we have some shows coming up. So we have Barcelona, and then we head over to Oregon Reggae Fest. Then from Oregon Reggae Fest to Reggae on the River.
That's one in Cali.
Yes, you need to
Right,
check that
so you
out.
had to learn something now, guys.
One of these days, you need to check out that festival.
Okay.
After that, we're doing Culture Reggae Festival.
Culture Reggae Festival. Oh, we're on that show, right?
No. You're not. Warrior King is on that show. Turbulence is on that show.
So after
you're doing Reggae Garden.
No, I'm not doing Reggae Garden. I go to St. Louis.
St. Louis, okay.
And after St. Louis, I go to Maine, but further up, closer to Canada. It's like
I know the show.
17.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Right. So, I know you was on that side.
Yeah.
For you're the regular.
My territory. We have a studio up in Maine,
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the studio up in Maine. We have the studio down in Hollywood, and then we have the other part of the studio up in Maine. So I spend a lot of time. I like Maine.
Right.
It's
love it. I love it there.
God's country.
Yeah, I love it there.
Cool, nice vibes, a lot of trees, and we can meditate, and what I say?
Yes.
So
how can they find you? Your Instagram,
So Perfect Giddimani across all socials, man. It's a Perfect Giddimani.
Yeah. Anywhere
Facebook,
you want to find
Instagram, Perfect Giddimani.
It used to be Mr. Perfect, but it's not Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, because the original wrestler, his people wrote my publisher, and they wanted to do some suing thing back in about 2011, so we had to, just drop the mister.
And put some Giddimani.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we all see, he's very busy, but he took the time out today to come and spend some time with us and learn us on some things.
Yeah, I have a daughter live in Florida, yes, so
okay.
It was a good thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. Well, guys, that was another episode of the Students Life podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment on this episode, what you think about it.
Respect.
Let us know, and thank you again for coming to see us.
Blessed, give thanks.
Yes,
appreciate love it. Yes.
You guys have a good one. See y'all soon. Bye.
Blessed, massive. Respect. Yeah.